Welcome, välkomna, добро пожаловать to my YouTube channel. My name is Salmansa Rogers, and this is another Friday and another True Crime Stories with Sal. For those that are new, of course, welcome. I'm happy to have you. The more the better. For those that have been following me for quite a while now, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much. And you are the real MVPs. Very important people. I love you guys. I love your support. I love reading your comments. And I'm very appreciate that my people, my followers, you guys, this is a family. My family, my true crime family. Just want to say that thank you so much for leaving nice and respectful comments. Everyone is truly, for those that are engaged, are truly interested in this and truly appreciate it and always respectful and loving, which I so much appreciate. So my hair is growing and glowing, which I love, but I do need a trim. I don't like this piece like just sticking out. So just, yeah, I try to like tuck it in. I don't know what's going on. This side is behaving, but this side is just wilding out. So if you see this during the video, just ignore it, okay? Just look at the nice ambiance, the background, the moon and the cloud. I love this, so cute. Well, okay, today is another dark topic. It's never, it's never a light topic when you talk about true crime. Unfortunately, this one is, again, a very, very sad one. And this one is another Swedish case, actually very recent one. Quick disclaimer, I will be talking about murder. I will be talking about dismemberment of a corpse, unfortunately, I know, and domestic abuse, dark topic. So if this is something that you guys maybe not want to listen to, if this is too close to home, especially with domestic abuse, maybe, just save this one for a little bit later, and I'll definitely catch you guys in the next video, hopefully. And another thing also, as you guys know, or for those that are new, when I tell the story, I change the name of the people. You can always Google the story later on because I give out so much clue already. I give you guys the year, well, I will be giving you the year, the town name, and what have you. So if you're interested in knowing who these people are, you can always Google them later on. But I just changed the names because, again, this is a very heavy and gruesome and dark topic. Some of the cases, I don't know, personally, if that, God forbid, happened to my family member, I don't want, people talk about it like that. So I just keep that respectful and kind of like privacy for the victims and their families. So the names will be changed. Without further ado, I know it was a long intro, but I had a lot to say. Without further ado, let's get into today's case. Okay, so today's case, like I said, is from Sweden, and the town is called Uddevalla. Uddevalla, I don't know how to pronounce it in English, but Uddevalla in Swedish. And it's approximately an hour away from Göteborg, which is known as Gothenburg. Göteborg is the second largest city in Sweden. So Uddevalla is like really close to Göteborg, or again, Gothenburg. And this story will take place from 2017 to 2019, so pretty recent. And the two people that are involved in the story is a 15-year-old girl that I would call Linda and a 21-year-old guy that I would call Adam. 15-year-old Linda met this charming, tall, dark, handsome man or guy, boy, whatever you want to call it. Adam is 5 years older than Linda, so he's about to turn 21, and Linda is 15. And for those that don't know, but the age of consent in Sweden is actually different than from here in US. The age of consent in Sweden is 15 years old. Linda is born and raised in Sweden, and Adam is actually from Iraq, but he moved to Sweden when he was 8, and he stayed with his father and his stepmother. Even though Linda was 5 years younger than Adam, Adam didn't mind. He thought Linda was very outspoken, outgoing, very smart, very bubbly young lady. She, even though her age was 15, but she was very much mature for her age. Linda's parents both are divorced and live separately. So Linda, she has a sister, and the sister lives together with Linda's mother. But unfortunately, Linda's mother didn't like the relationship between Adam and Linda. She thought that he was way too old, and a 20-year-old should definitely not be dating a 15-year-old girl. Maybe later on when you're both in your 20s or in your 30s, but definitely not right now. So that caused a few arguments between Linda and her mother. And eventually, Linda actually moved out of her mother's house and moved in together with Adam. Adam worked as a social worker, or as we would call it in Sweden, hemtjänst. So basically, hemtjänst is someone that drives out usually like odd hours in the night, like usually evening times, and check on elderly people's, mostly elderly. Could be someone that is maybe disabled as well, or someone basically that needs help with grocery shopping, or something happened, God forbid, they need emergency help in their apartment or house. So that's when hemtjänst comes in. They drive out to your place and take care of your needs. And of course, if it's something more severe, they were called ambulance. I don't really know. It was not said a lot about what Linda was doing at this point. I think she actually, dropped off out of high school, I believe. And I don't know, she maybe had some odd jobs here and there, but it was mostly described, Adam's job was mostly described. So we don't know at this point if Linda had a job or she was, just working from home. Now let's fast forward 2 years into this relationship. And at this point, Linda's mother and sister start noticing more and more changes in Linda's behavior. So, like I mentioned earlier, Linda was a very bubbly, very outspoken, outgoing person. She was didn't take no for an answer type of a girl, and, was very, like, not hard headed, but she knew what she wanted, and, she gonna get it her way, or, her way or no way. But now all of a sudden she's more reserved, more quieter, and she also lost the contact with a few of her friends, so she doesn't see her friends as often. And one thing that Linda's mother described Linda as is very like a social media type of girl. She always liked to take her photos, like selfies or outfit photos, and she always liked to post that to social media. And she was very active within social media. And all of a sudden, that kind of like, tripled down a little bit. She was still taking photos and what have you, but not as often, not as enthusiastic as she usually was. Linda also confided in her sister a lot, since, again, she was not talking to a lot of her friends anymore. But her sister was her, close friend, and always been a close friend, and of course, family member, sister. So she confided in her sister that Adam's behavior really became more and more obsessive. He wanted to control her outfits, what she wore. He wanted to kind of control her makeup. If he, according to him, thought that she would wear, too much makeup, or maybe like a brighter lipstick that he thought, it's too much, he would definitely call her out on it and try to make her like take it off. In one particular text message between Linda and Adam, after a heated argument, was as following. So I'm going to quote this. So this is a Swedish text message that I'm going to quote and translate in English. So basically, Linda was texting Adam saying, "Contact me when you can trust me." And by that, Adam answered, "Contact me when you know your place." This brings us now to November 14, 2019. And this is approximately around 5 p.m. in the afternoon. And Linda is on the phone with her either mom or sister or both. like I read in one article, it says sister, and then in another article says mother. So again, the mother and the sister live together, so it could definitely be that she was talking to both. So like first she talked to her mom, and then the mom hand over the phone, and then to the sister, and then the sister talks to Linda. So she was talking to both of mom and sister that evening. And then also her sister later recalled that during that conversation in that evening of November 14th, Linda was telling the sister that she had enough with Adam and that he actually have become violent with her. So the past few months, he actually been hitting her, and it's just his control and his anger is just out of control, and she feel like, probably tonight or maybe later on that week, she would break up with him. The following day, on Friday, the November 15th, Linda had a dentist appointment in the morning around 9 a.m., which she missed. So the dental office called Linda's father and notify him that, hey, your daughter didn't show up. I don't know if she overslept or if she meant to book in another time that we maybe missed, but just so you know. And this was very odd because Linda would never miss an appointment, or if she can't come, she would call or let her family maybe call for her or what have you. So Linda's dad called Linda immediately, but her phone went straight to voicemail. So for the past 2 days, so November 15th and November 16th, Linda's family, Linda's mother, father, and sister tried to contact Linda over and over without avail. No phone calls are answered, no texts are coming in from Linda, no emails, and also her social media accounts such as Instagram, Facebook are all dead silence. On November 17, Linda's family, mother and father and sister, are all gathered together and go visiting Adam's apartment, which the same apartment that he shared with Linda. And upon arriving, they're ringing the doorbell, knocking on the door. No one is answering. Also, another thing to point out, so in Sweden, in most of the apartment buildings, not all, but the ones, most of them, the door is actually in the main entrance door. It's like a little opening slide for your mail. So instead of like here in America, you have like a mailbox, you go downstairs or go outside, your door, whatever, you have a door mailbox. But in Sweden, you get your mail through your main door. So it's like a little door slide, again, opening just enough to, like this thick, just enough to get your mails through that little door slide, and then it's kind of like shut. So Linda's dad is kind of like slowly opening the brevlåda in Swedish, but opening up, and he can see that, I don't know how, but he could see that someone is in the apartment. I don't know if he saw a shadow or if he kind of can hear the TV going on a slide or whatever. So he gets the feeling like someone is in the apartment but refuses to open the door. So they stay there for another couple of minutes and relentlessly banging, knocking, ringing till the door opens up. And it's Adam, and Linda's mother can clearly see that he's out of it. He looked like he's maybe high, that he smoked some. I don't think I can say that word on YouTube, but you know what I'm saying. So he looked kind of like out of it. And they ask him right away, have you talked to Linda? What's going on? We have tried to contact her. She doesn't answer our phone calls, our text messages. We're very worried at this point, and we'll go to the police and report her missing. We need to know what's going on. And he let him in. They all sit on the couch, and he basically explains to the family that him and Linda broke up on Thursday evening, that as soon as he came to the door, or came home from work, he came home around 5:30, and Linda jumped straight up on him and started to bickering, and the bickering became to a huge argument, and then she broke up with him and stormed off, took all of her belongings and stormed off of the apartment, and she hasn't contacted him either since then. Basically, that's all the information Adam is giving to the family. He claims that he also don't know where Linda is, and she haven't contacted him. So without waiting further, the family contacts the police. Linda's sister makes this post, missing person post, and posted on Facebook. So asking for everyone on Facebook, or if they can spread the word. If they have seen Linda, we need to get in contact with her. She's been missing since November 14th. Soon after that, a huge search for Linda started. Volunteers, police, family members, friends, everyone was looking for Linda, of course, except Adam. When police came and interviewed Adam, he basically gave the same story as he gave to the family, that him and Linda broke up Thursday evening. She stormed out of the apartment, and he hasn't seen her since then. But upon closer look into Adam and his life and his activities or what have you, police came to find out that on that Thursday evening, Adam was seen walking randomly on the freeway. And in Sweden, and I bet here also in America, if someone is walking on the freeway on foot, people will be concerned, especially in the middle of that, and probably call a highway patrol or whatever. So that's exactly what happened. A motorist spotted Adam. He looked like he had his head down. He was wearing all black. He looked disheveled. He looked, depressed. I don't know. So the motorist that passed him on the freeway was kind of worried. Maybe this was someone that, tried to commit suicide or what have you, because why would you walk on the freeway in the middle of the night? So they called the police, and a patrol came and picked Adam up, and they asked him, why are you walking on the freeway? And he basically said that he missed the train, and instead of waiting for another train or what have you, or take cab home, he decided to walk home. Police also interviewed Linda's parents, Linda's sisters, not sisters, I believe she only had one sister, Linda's friends, and they all pointed to Adam. Like, if anything would have happened to Linda, Adam is the one to blame, because, according to Linda's sister, he became violent with her the recent few months, and he always been controlling. They also found out that Adam had installed a GPS tracker, or like a GPS app on his phone, so he can basically track and see Linda's every movement, where she's going, where she's at, and what have you. So gathering all of that information, and still no trace or lead of where Linda is, police decided to arrest Adam. While Adam was in custody, police decided that this will be a good time to actually inspect the apartment more thoroughly. So they've been into the apartment interviewing Adam, but to the naked eye, nothing seemed out of ordinary, nothing seemed out of place or what have you. But they decided to invite a forensics team, and the forensics team brought in Blue Star. And for those that don't know, I didn't know what Blue Star was at first, or I knew what it was when they explained it, but basically they changed the name to Blue Star. So it's like a aluminum liquid thingy that you spray on surfaces, and it basically it attracts to the iron in your blood. So if a crime was committed in the apartment or the area, if you spray that Blue Star, it will shine blue, basically like a neon blue color, and that will reveal that that's blood. So everything that shines blue, when you spray Blue Star on, if it shines blue, that means that's blood. And that's exactly what they did. And what they found out, it was literally the whole apartment was shining bright in blue, meaning that was basically a bloodbath in that apartment. They found a tremendous amount of blood on the living room area, which then they found traces of someone dragging someone, traces of drag mark blood on the hallway floor leading into the bedroom, and on top of the bed, on top of the bed cover, it was just blue. Everything was just shining in blue. And also spots here and there on the walls were all covered in blood. When police and the forensics discovered this, they again turned to Adam and they told him, hey, listen, we did a forensic search in your apartment, and your whole apartment is covered in blood, so you need to spill the beans. What's going on? And Adam didn't seem shocked or worried or anything. He just said, if there were blood, I would probably know about it. I haven't seen any blood and I haven't cleaned any blood in my apartment. Clearly, this would not be an easy task for the police to get Adam to talk. He refused to talk. He denied everything. He also, at one point, claimed that Linda been threatening Adam with a new guy that she found, and that she's gonna leave him for this new guy. And basically, so Adam was telling the police, maybe you should look into the new guy that she was so adamant to leave me for. Maybe he's the one responsible for her disappearance. 9 days after Linda's disappearance, the searchers still looking for her. Adam is still lip shut, doesn't speak. The only thing that the next step that the police can do is get cadaver dogs. So in Sweden, apparently, I don't know, maybe now they changed it, or because again, it's 2 years ago, but back in 2019, Swedish police didn't have any trained cadaver dogs. So the cadaver dogs that they got was from Germany, and that took a time for them to fly in, apparently. And yeah, the Swedish police got they were criticizing them for that because, again, they were like stalling. So if they had cadaver dogs in their own team, this will go much more smoother and quicker. But since they had to wait for the cadaver dogs come from Germany, it took basically 9 days. Once the cadaver dogs arrived to the apartment, they quickly just jumped on the bed and started barking, and that's indicating that a deceased person was laying on that spot. And even though, according to the forensics and the police, that they did a thorough search throughout the whole apartment, the cadaver dogs seemed to be focused in on the bedroom. It was something in the bedroom that the cadaver dogs seemed to smell and focused on. So the police start searching through the bedroom. In the bedroom, they had a long drawer, like kind of like with 4 different doors that you can store, bedclothes, your clothes, towels, what have you. And on top of that drawer, they found a suitcase, like a small, mostly like a carry-on. If you were traveling, you would take it as a carry-on suitcase. Nothing overkillingly big. And from that suitcase, a horrendous smell were coming from. And again, even though the police and the forensics did a search, and whoever, searched through that drawer probably thought that, they looked through everything, but this case were basically not looked through. So the suitcase were not looked through. They take it down, put it down, open up the suitcase, and inside of the suitcase, something pretty big is wrapped around in aluminum foil and duct tape. And inside the aluminum foil was the decapitated head of Linda. Her head was basically in that drawer, in the bedroom, in that suitcase, wrapped around aluminum foil and duct tape this whole entire time. The suitcase and the body part was sent to the forensic lab for further analyzation, and they found fingerprints belonging to Adam, both on the aluminum foil and the duct tape. Unfortunately, the forensics couldn't determine cause of death because her rest of her body was missing, but they could clearly see that Linda had a severe head force trauma to her back of her head and to her eye socket. I don't know which eye, left or right, but severe back head injury and eye socket. And they theorized that when someone hit her in back of her head, she was sitting down. So the police theory is that she was sitting down on the couch and Adam would come and strike her back of her head, and then maybe she turned around to look at him, and then he struck her again, and this time it came to her eye socket. Police had now enough evidence to properly arrest Adam for Linda's murder. During the trial, Linda's family begged Adam to tell them where the rest of her body is. And he was just, throughout the whole trial, Adam was just cold, stone-faced, poker-faced, whatever you want to call it, didn't show any remorse. And when he heard the family pleading with him to reveal where the rest of Linda's body was, he just looked at them and showed them his middle finger. Adam was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 10 years. Mr. Adam here didn't like his sentencing, so he reappealed, and this time the judge decided to give him a set time for 18 years. And after that, he's a free man after 18 years, and due to that is because it's lack of basically lack of event evidence, because the rest of Linda's body's basically never been found. And according to Adam's lawyer, he said that it's actually, Adam was winning by not telling where the body is, because if they knew where the body were, they could have concluded her actual cause of death, and that way he would definitely will get, be in life in prison. But since they don't have a body, they can basically not conclude a crime that happened during that event. I don't know. It's just, whatever it is, 10, 18 years. And also with that 18 years, we don't know if he is eligible for parole during this 18 years. We don't know. So it could be that he gets 18 years, he sits for 18 years, gets out, or he sits 10 years and get out on good behavior after that. We don't know, but what we do know, 18 years, he's in his early 20s. He would be probably in his late 30s, early 40s. So he's still a young man, and he can still have his whole life ahead of him. And till this day, we still don't know where the rest of Linda's body is, and her funeral was held in the early months of 2020. And again, this is a very, very dark and twisted and tragic case. Happened recently. And unfortunately, it's another one of those sad domestic violent cases that, could have, should have, would have been prevented. But fate, had another plans for Linda. My heart goes out to her family, her friends, her sister. Very, very sorry for their loss, a tremendous loss. And they're very brave and strong. And well, my friends, what can we learn from this story? I also want to just bring up a few article that I read about, like his kind of like Adam's excuse to his being this possessive and controlling. He didn't see it as being possessive and controlling. In his mind, in his eyes, this is something natural. He felt like if you are in a serious relationship with someone, you don't need to put on makeup or wear certain type of clothes that is revealing in his eyes, because you already have a partner and you don't need other men staring at your woman. So that's his own explanation, that he was definitely not obsessive or controlling. He just felt like Linda didn't respect the relationship, and she didn't have to wear makeup because she's already in a relationship. So who is she trying to impress? To that, I just want to quickly point out, especially for people that may be in a relationship like this at the moment with a man or with a woman or what have you, that it is control and it is obsessive behavior. Because even though you are married or in a long-term relationship or living together, having kids together, you don't owe anyone. Like, you don't owe your partner. If you met your partner and he or she was wearing certain clothes or did her makeup or his makeup a certain way, who are you to try to change them? It's like, so say for instance, take the Adam and Linda case. So if he was asking Linda to stop wearing makeup, then she could have asked him to stop going to the gym. Because you now in a relationship with me, and I love you the way you are. You don't need to work out, and you don't need to go to the gym to flex your muscles for other women, or you don't need to watch porn because you are in a relationship with me. So why do you want to watch porn and pleasure yourself by images or videos of other women? That's a form of cheating, right? So you see, it's like you can play with it, and it's just in my mind, in my head, if you want a relationship to last and have a healthy relationship, don't think that you can control your partner. It's not about control. It's about love, friendship. It's about you and me against the world. We're this tight. If you have a problem, it's my problem. We solve it together. But at the same time, it's you have your own life as well, and you have your hobbies, So who am I to tell you yes or no? So with all of that being said, my darlings, I want you guys to stay safe out there. Practice self-love. Again, if you cannot love yourself, you cannot love others. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope all of my videos are for educational purposes. I hope you learned something out of this. And please, stay always, tell you guys, but you always you are. But just a reminder, keep the comments respectful. Again, this is the real life, real people, real stories. You never know who's reading, watching comments and videos. My YouTube channel is still pretty small, so all the love that I get truly, truly means a lot to me. So yeah, like, share, of course, subscribe. You don't want to miss next video. And if you have any future case suggestions, leave comments below. If you want to follow me on Instagram or TikTok, all my social media links will be left in the description box. And again, I hope you guys, love you guys. Thank you, and I hope you stay safe. Ciao, cacao.